Alrighty, boys. Let me just set this up so that it's working correctly. Bada bing, bada boo. Surely. I think that's a little bit loud. Alright, we got some bangers on. Let's get into this review. So we've got Jarvan IV versus Amumu. Firstly, I want to say congratulations, brother, on the climb. Really good to see. I'm not entirely sure, but I think there's a new peak for you. So if that is, really, really good to see. But if it's not, I must be getting somewhere close to that. And it's good to see. In my opinion, this is a very big sign of improvement kicking through. So congratulations. That being said, let's get into it. Actually, let's go through a little bit of a plan first. What should we attack here? It's got a little bit of an odd team comp. I catch that tab press again. Boom. Okay, so slightly odd team comps here. Now I'm thinking the Bane is going to be a fucking write-off. Bane attack damage carry in the mid lane at this elo. Not looking forward to that. So what am I thinking here? I'm thinking that full clear into bot gank can be nice. Full clear into... So full clear starting blue into insta reset, buy items, into run to top crab could be nice, into top lane gank potentially. At that point, I think that the wave will actually be pushing back into your team. So I think set will have crashed by about wave 4, and then it'll be pushing back to you. The other option you could go is start bot side, full clear into the set. Set versus Dari should be a pretty fist fighty matchup, and you can probably get some work done there. I think really at this rank, the world is kind of your oyster. Wolf camp start, okay. So I don't know why the wolf camp start. I mean, I understand. It's like my theory, right, is like what's gonna happen here is you go, you know, wolves, grump, blue into raptors, into red krugs, and then you've got your camps up sooner so you can go back into the full clear. This to me like smells like some aggro in it style gaming. Now, yep, it's probably gonna work pretty well. One thing I'm gonna mention straight off the bat is don't focus these small wolves, right? Because you have your jungle pet that's gonna tick down on them the whole time. Okay, so at most I want to see you just putting one auto on each for your passive stack, right? And then not doing it again until your passive is back up. Easy way you can test that is go auto attack big wolf for passive because you want it instantly first. So passive on that, and then you can go auto attack, and then when you proc your next passive on the big wolf, you can go auto attack, right? And then it should be dead well and truly by then. So we're gonna run through this. So I dislike the clear with the focusing down of the smalls, right? Now, okay, again, probably wouldn't have chucked that auto in because you still have plenty of time. Nice, okay, cute, nice. I like the pulling of the camp. That's really, really good to see, man. Pulling up and I'm starting to pull back would be nice. What are we doing here? We're not, okay, going for the EQ. Sure, I wouldn't actually go for this EQ, by the way. It's a little bit inefficient. So what I would do is actually Q this, right? And then just start pulling it this way and kiting it to your blue so that you have your E actually closer to your blue so you can use it on that and get the E. Because I think actually with this E placement here, I think you're going to be a little bit out of range. Exactly. So we're not going to get this E for, you know, the 2 seconds or so that's up. Right? And we still got to pull it anyway. So imagine we had our E in a closer range, you know, something like here, right? And we could get it on this blue too. So that's just something to keep in mind, man. I actually think that you lose some DPS by going EQ on camps, right? Compared to QE. But the thing is you take slightly more damage, you don't knock them off. Yeah, just keep that in mind. Also, on this blue buffs, you can actually, you know, save a little bit of health by, you know, moving every time you do your second order. I might make a full, like, video on that, actually. This is, like, on the to-do list. I don't know when. But demonstrating it. I demonstrated it in all my videos, but, like, specifically putting it out and breaking it down. Anyway, this is like all good. I want to note though that the clear is a little bit slow, and one of the reasons it's a little bit slow is because we're focusing on those smalls a little bit too much. Boom, boom, boom. Good pulling of the camps though these days. I like to see that. Now, Yeah, so we can see here with the full clear, it's not going to be done till about 3 minutes 40, 3 minutes 45. 3 minutes 40. Okay, there we go. We're pretty on the money with that. So, you know, I think that we want to bring that down to, I think we can go 3 minutes 30, no issues every single game, right? And ideally, we can probably start edging that down a little bit further even from that. I do have Jarvan gameplay guides on my second channel on Offer on Myga, so you could also check that out if you have not yet checked them out. They're played in about Masters Elo, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that should give you a little bit more insight with this. Okay. You know, this is definitely improvement on the camera control and the mechanics, so I'm actually pretty happy with this. Hey, I maybe would have saved this Q just because Ezreal's dead, and you know, she could have been chucking that Q at you. I don't think you would have reacted in time, so I would just probably wait for the EQ being up, and I would also, you know, prefer to KS this. Like this situation here where you gotta like fish for the kill with E potentially if Swain doesn't kill it. You know, I would prefer if we just waited a little bit longer, walked at her, and then just EQ'd on her head. We might play there, mate. Now, with this wave here, it actually looks like it's pushing into your team, so I would leave it. Good. Now with the crab, you have two options here. You can go for the crab, but you could also just instantly reset. Now, it's a little bit high in sight to say now because we've already seen it, but I would actually have looked for the instant reset here just because of your gold value, right? So we can just go base on the spot, right? And be chilling. You could argue that you want to do the crab because like then you wouldn't like go into dead if you bought, say, like you know, longsword and iron spike whip. Yep, you could probably also wait, but I would just say, like, you know, probably what I would do is like take one creep and then just recall for it, and by the time you get into base you'll have it. The thing is I don't really want to go for this crab because I want to get back to my second rotation clear as soon as possible, and crab is really bad XP. I did actually expect this crab to be up, by the way, but it's not. Anyway, so now that you've seen that the crab is down, you should 100% instantly recall here. You should not walk to wolves or anything like that because it's actually going to be the same time to get there if you just reset and walk there, but you're going to have iron spike whip longsword, which means you're going to clear way faster. So good. Now also we should be pinging this out. This is not really, it's something that I care about too much out of you, but like at high elo clients I would be saying we should be pinging this out, and we know that Amumu is around this area because bot side crab is gone, right? But I don't think it's the biggest deal at this elo, so that's why I haven't brought it up until now, but I just wanted to point that out now. Okay, good that you pinged out that Amumu's on the other crab. Nice. And you should ping top, definitely, because that's where Amumu will likely go. And now right here, we have two choices. I think you should actually hightail it straight to mid. Right, and go and gank that Yasuo, because he has to crash this wave. So if we were hightailing it to mid, we would actually get there in time, and I think there's a very good chance you can actually kill Yasuo there. And, you know, because you're up like 1,450 gold on him. And that would actually really probably snowball you through the game. I know that, you know, the aggro and playstyle calls for getting back into these camps ASAP, and that is true. But I think it would be in better return on investment to go kill that Yasuo. And you could kind of tell from this point, you could tell from, yeah, that Yasuo is going to have to greed. And so this is when you would detour and still go there. And then if he didn't show on the wave, then you would just come back to your grump, right? Now, the other option here you had too is you can also go to Amumu's Raptors, because Amumu is late to base because Amumu has done double crab. And so that's the other thing with doing this, right? If you had have detoured to this to punish Yasuo, if Yasuo then just bases, well, then you know that you can go to this Raptor camp and take it and fight Amumu on it if he's trying to do a double clear without basing, because there's no mid, he's based, and no top because he's based, right? So you see how that, like, if you were taking that into consideration, it actually opens up some more plays for you once you start like going down the decision making tree a little bit more. Anyway, so this is like not bad, but it's just we had better options, so we should take the better options always. I want to see also smarting there a little bit sooner so we don't overstack the smart charges, but you know, it wasn't too bad. I like the clear. You know, probably I wouldn't actually chuck this either. You know, something you want to balance with Jarvan and like chucking E's and Q's is like, what is you know, how much faster is it actually going to make you clear? So like here, you would actually be better off saving the E and walking, kiting this out, pardon me, walking to like here, killing it here on the minimap in the middle of the lane, walking here, EQing over, right? And you would actually save time and have a faster clear. And this is one of those things where, you know, you always want to be micromanaging the tiniest little things to try and get a larger lead, right? So you'll see like Agron will do this, or other high-low Jarvan players that you might be watching, right? They're always thinking about how can they just get this tiny little bit of optimization out, right? So they get, you know, a little bit of a larger lead, and they compound that lead throughout the whole game. It's like here, right? Another thing, right, is like, you know, we're probably likely going to this, so we could pull it further this way. You know, if you're pulling it up, what you're signaling is that you want to go for like defending Vayne from getting ganked or going to this dragon. So wherever you're, you know, when you're thinking about ending a camp, you want to think about going to the place you want to go to before the camp ends, so that you get that little bit of extra time, because right now you have this travel distance, right, to here. So you've wasted this amount of time, right? Because you could be here, or really you could be like there, but this is like the conservative estimate. Anyway, we'll continue on, go into Krugs, excellent stuff. I would smite this, nice, good stuff. And I want to get to bot ASAP here. And I want to save my Q also, because I kind of want this blocking. So I probably wouldn't have opted for that Q, because you got this little bit of friction here now when you go for this gank. Now, when you go for this gank, I want you to wrap pretty deep. I want you to go like, it's a bad line. I want you to go like this, right? Boom. Now, if they continue going forward, then you can opt out of this and go more along this line, right? Because like say Jhin ends up, you know, down here a little bit more on the map, then we can take this better, faster route, right? So it's like a little bit direct. And if you see now, right, because we took the pivot at this angle, now you've got to like end up pathing like this, whereas Jhin gets to path like this, right? And see how you've got to travel longer. So if we were coming from a better angle, right, and we were like here, then we get to path down like this and intersect him anywhere. And what that does is it actually also forces Jhin to walk more like this to try and escape. And you see how this adds a bunch more time to his escape path, way more steps. So this is why approaching ganks is really, really important. How you think about doing that is going to impact your games a lot, especially on a gank heavy champion like Jarvan, right? So with this, it's a little bit difficult what we're seeing here. I think you should get this. I kind of want you to hold your EQ until Jhin gets rid of this fourth shot and his move speed goes down, because that's really how he can outplay you here. Okay, well, pretty nice on the money, to be honest. And you got it off before he got his EQ off, so that's really good. Now here, pretty much you just want to push the wave, but see, she's walked up now. I would actually go for this. So I would actually EQ on her. And what's even looking better, they've made an even better play. Now they really want this kill. Boom, Amumu no Q. I'm looking for this even more now. Right now is a beautiful EQ again, right? If you EQ onto Morgana, you knock up both. It's beautiful. Especially if you get the Amumu Q on you right now, which I think you will. Okay, beautiful. Now the one issue is that we're not pinging this play, but it's not the worst. A little bit too far away, because you're really just giving your Swain now. If we look at this fight dynamic, right? Boom, who can hear you here? No one really, right? But if you continue walking back, you are sacrificing this guy, because he's now moved to help you. And he's moved late, he should have moved earlier, but we didn't ping it. So it's a little bit hard for him to know what to do here, right? So what I would like you to do is I would like you to move this way. What this does is it gives pressure to go back in and help this guy. And it also still creates a similar distance away from these guys. And if you were really scared, you could go like this, right? So you can get really, really into the details with how you move and what that's actually going to give you. Okay, so what we've opted for here is basically we've sacrificed him. It's okay, but it could be better. I do like the instant reset though. Once you've decided you're sacrificing him, instant reset is really good. And boom, we're now at this point in time. So how can we continue this snowball? It's actually run straight to Amumu red. So what we do here is we buy items, EQ out of the base, run straight to Amumu's red. Now, this is really, really, you know, some people would call this really greedy or those types of things, but it's not actually greedy. You are Jarvan, you're stronger than Amumu, right? And he probably has to do things towards getting there. you've also got the advantage because you based 8 seconds sooner. And you can see he actually hasn't taken a single base yet, which is kind of crazy. So go back into your camps. This is like very safe play. You know, you're not introducing any chaos into the game, and you're not, but you're also not taking like a large amount of risk, so you also can't be punished as hard. Now, this is like what a lot of people would recommend. I am personally not of the belief that it's like the best thing to do, but it is the most probably consistent thing to do, but I also don't think it promotes improving that much. And we can see Amumu is on this dragon right now. Amumu is really, really greeting. If we had have gone to his red, taken it all, we could take his whole topside quadrant, go to Herald, and then come to your camp. So imagine here, if we had been taking all of this into Herald, and then coming into your camps, and then going into your bot camps whilst Amumu's done dragon. Look at how much more you're up there, compared to this situation where you're taking your camps into this, and then you probably don't get any of this. Right, so now you just traded 1 for 1, whereas before you could have been 1 for 1 plus 3 camps, or about 220 gold, something along that line. Should be a bit more, should be more like 240, 250 gold, right, which is basically a kill. Anyway, so boom, moving into the Herald. This is all fine, but again, you know, I would have preferred if we went the other way, and I would have really liked it if we had gone for that red invade. I would actually still probably go for the red invade, but I actually think it's a little bit greedy and bad to do it, so like I'm glad that you didn't do it. Good trade. They got a pretty good dragon though, so it's a pretty even trade. Really depends on how good you use this Herald as to how, you know, that trade's gonna end up. Boom, boom, boom. I would probably honestly take the base after these Krugs, right? Oh my fucking god. Where were we? Boom, 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 boom. Herald taken into bot gank. No, wait, what the hell? No, we're way, way far. Okay. We're about here then. Okay. No? The fuck? Okay, okay, okay. I found the spot, and I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. So I think there's a pretty big mistake coming up. So I would take this and reset is what I said. Now, the reason for that is you have Gore Drinker here. Now, with this play, you're looking to drop the Herald, but we don't need to rush dropping Herald right now. What I want you to be thinking about is, boom, we have Herald, yes? We have 4 minutes to make a play with it, right? 4 minutes. Now, when you're dropping Herald versus towers, you're getting 125 gold per plate, right? And Herald does a flat amount of damage. So Herald does flat damage, and tower plates ramp up with armor. So basically, I don't know the exact armor amounts, but just for like very simple things. So let's say first plate is 0 armor, second plate is 10 armor, you know, so on, so on. And this is vastly wrong, by the way. It ends up being like 250 armor or something on the last plates. So this is vastly wrong. But just so it's shown, right? If you drop Herald on the first plates, the healthiest plates, you're gonna get it down to like, you know, 4 points, maybe let's just say 1.5 plates left or something, right? And so you're gonna get 125 gold. It's fuck all. It's nothingness, right? This made your Herald being a total of, you know, 425 gold. It sucks. Compared to if you find an opportunity, a gank, and then you siege these first 3 plates, right, which are the easy and weak plates, and then drop the Herald on the end, on the last like 2.5 plates, you're gonna basically one-shot the tower, take all the plates in one rotation, and the Herald has done way more because the Herald still does true damage. It doesn't care how much armor's there. Whereas it would take you like a minute worth of slapping the tower to end up killing that armor. So I really dislike this play. What I would prefer to see is you just going for the gank. Boom, I like this. Nice, nice. So if you really wanted this play, what you would do is you'd flash EQ on it, but I think this is fine. And like she black shield, so really you shouldn't do anything. So what I want to see you do here is push the wave, take 2 or 3 plates, and then drop the Herald. And that would be a beautiful play, GG snowballing. But with this Herald, you know, we're going to do fuck all damage, really. Like, you know, watch. You know what I mean? Not even 1.5 plates. It's very unfortunate. Not a great use of the Herald. We also didn't need to rush it. And it really slowed down your snowball here. It does give you the perfect base, but still, we'd rather have an extra 300 gold here, right? And we also didn't need to drop Herald there. We could have just taken the base and killed like top and dropped the Herald there, right? You don't need to rush Herald. There's a common issue that people do. They rush Herald in situations that just aren't that good. So I'm going to call it here. This is actually pretty nice gameplay, right? This is like, if someone uploaded this to YouTube, I don't think anyone would actually expect that this was Silver 4 gameplay, which is really, really good. But also, I'm seeing that there's so many more opportunities here for you that I really want to see you start capitalizing on, and that's going to just keep on increasing that rank higher and higher. So if you have any questions, mate, feel free to ask me on Discord. Just reply to your VOD review in the uni. Also, I might upload this one publicly. I feel like this was a pretty good game, but I will talk to you before I do that. And if I do upload this publicly, if you're someone who is wanting to also get your games reviewed and improve it really fast, you can join Myga University, and you can submit up to 4 VODs per month and unlimited clips per month, get them reviewed by me, and start improving today. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Take care, good luck on the Rift, and peace out.